and we're doing it live. So, what's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT Review, the show from August 15th, 2018. This will be NXT's Go Home Show edition when it comes to WWE NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 during SummerSlam weekend for WWE 2018. Your commentators, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson, and they were at Fusa University in Winter Park, Florida. And yeah. Now, as far as this Go Home Show, I'll go through when I get to where when we go through everything that happened. Well, I might forget a couple things because there's not a lot on here that was mentioned. But in fact, let me get those all the way first. So they did a video package of Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, where they're gonna wrestle each other at TakeOver Brooklyn 4 for the NXT championship, which originally was supposed to be a triple threat match, but unfortunately, Aleister Black has suffered a groin injury, and then this angle where William Regal was NXT general manager William Regal was being interviewed. All of a sudden, this guy walks up to him saying that we need to go come with us outside. Something happened. So William Regal goes out there. As soon as he gets outside the door, also you see Johnny Gargano walking into the door, basically walking in from outside. Where Regal's he's keep walking until he starts jogging, and also we see Undisputed Era driving off. And then all of a sudden we see William Regal attending the unconscious Aleister Black laid out. We get two referees coming out to see what happened. Also, we see heavy machinery doing basically recording this whole thing that of Aleister Black being laid out. So yeah, he suffered a groin injury, but the angle that went here is that he was brutally attacked by someone. Everyone know who it was. So they have Kathy Kelly on the show. As they went back to the tape. And they point out some suspects. They point out Johnny Gargano, who just walked into the building. They point out Undisputed Era driving off. Like they're in a hurry. And when Regal's as they were driving off, all of a sudden they pause the video, and we see someone in the background, all the way up in the background, and it was Lars Sullivan. And then the whole thing with having machinery showing up and all that. And then they show more clips that was not revealed. So we see Kairi Sane and Candice LeRae sitting at some random table outside, and then Cassius Ohno shows up. So basically, the NXT also point out these women of NXT could be also suspects of what happened with Aleister Black. Like, really? Okay. And I'm trying to remember who else who was in the same area. I can't remember who else we've seen. I remember there was one about Velveteen Dream with someone. I can't remember who it was. And then they showed Conor Reeves by himself near a production truck. And they also point out some other people too. And then they pointed out Tommaso Ciampa, walking out of nowhere with his championship belt. And then they also shows a part of EC3, and they also showed something about Shayna Baszler. Basically, they point out all these NXT stars that could be suspects of what could have happened to Aleister Black. And we won't know until we get to that point. What's it's going to lead to? Obviously, it's going to lead to a match for Aleister Black whenever he's recovered from his groin injury. But other than that, there's no so basically they're leaving us with suspects who could have been who attacked Aleister Black, who did it, and we won't know until we get to that point. I guarantee you, by the time he recovers from it, which I don't think is a serious injury, it's like a minor injury for Aleister Black. So that's what it was basically. So it was a groin injury. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Well, when it comes to groin injuries, some wrestlers have recovered from that before, very very quickly. Alberto Del Rio, at one point, who had that groin injury, and he unfortunately had to miss WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble. So basically, he didn't have a good luck when it comes to having a groin injury. Triple H, on the other hand, he wrestled in a groin injury, but he had to wear these type of tights to protect his groin. Same thing with Booker T, and then Booker T stopped wrestling for a little bit, and then he came back to wrestle. Because like I said, when it comes to these groin injuries, it's not that big of a deal, unless it is a serious deal, like what happened with Alberto Del Rio. And that was back in 2012 when that happened. But my point is, Aleister Black, I think his will be, it's just a minor injury, because they didn't say it was too serious. It's just gonna be something for him to rhyme off for a little bit, which is why they did the angle where it was supposed to be a triple threat match for the NXT Championship between the champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black for TakeOver Brooklyn 4. But then this happened with with this unfortunate injury that happened with Aleister Black, and then they did the whole angle where, oh, who did it? Who did it? Who took him out? Who took him out? So that was that, and that's why we're getting this one-on-one match between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Which, by the way, can't anyone really complain about that? I mean, we've been seeing these guys, turning up in one-on-one matches every time, especially when it comes to the takeover shows. Well, I wouldn't say they were having one-on-one matches on NXT shows, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is, the build-ups and the storyline of these guys is incredible. And then you're gonna have this at TakeOver Brooklyn 4 as a main event again. I'm sold. I'm fucking sold. And this time it's for the championship. And also, it's a stipulation: last man standing. Well, some people were speculating what could be the third match. Could it be a last man standing match? Could it be an Iron Man match? Could it be a Hell in a Cell match on the NXT, on NXT Takeover show? A steel cage match or 3 stages of hell? A lot of people were speculating what could be the third match for these guys. And there you go. And you add in the NXT Championship belt. It's more prize to fight for than just pride and dignity and respect and all that. So yes, like I said, it's showing a video package of it, but folks, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the video package because what's the point of watching the video package when I could just watch the video package during the takeover show? When it airs on the network. So what's the point? But it's also to also let everyone know, you should get hyped for this match, even though it's already been so many hype behind it anyway. So but I understand why they do that, these type of things. Other thing that happened on the show, before I get to the matches, basically, you have EC3 and Velveteen Dream confronting each other. First, it was Velveteen Dream coming out, talking about something about EC3. I don't really remember what he talked about, because I didn't really care, because I really don't care about the Velveteen Dream. I mean, he's a good wrestler. I just don't care for his character. And yeah, he's supposed to be portraying as, it's supposed to pay homage to Prince, but the way he's doing it, to me, is disrespectful. You see, when Prince was doing these type of things, it was to appeal to women. The Velveteen Dream is doing this to appeal to men. So yeah, I don't remember what Velveteen Dream talked about, but then EC3 comes out. Basically, he interrupts Velveteen Dream. I remember at one point that Velveteen Dream said, at TakeOver EC3, dream over. That's supposed to be his catchphrase, by the way. But then EC3 comes out and then he says, so this is what it sounds like when doves cry. And there you go, folks. That's my point. He basically, EC3 just referenced one of Prince's song from the album Purple Rain. Doves cry. I mean, when doves cry. And basically saying that to the Velveteen Dream, because I can see he's comparing Prince I mean, he's comparing Velveteen Dream that he's a dove and he's crying. You know, when doves cry. You know, because you know this whole thing between these two. You know, this build up, and that's which is gonna lead to TakeOver Brooklyn. But yeah, and then these crowds was going nuts because of that, and then all of a sudden they start chanting "When Doves Cry," and then you know because it's the song from the late great Prince. Yeah, and it's a great song. And why wouldn't it be a great song? It's Prince, the late great Prince. But and then also he talks about the Velveteen Dream's fanny pack, and then you got these crowds chanting fanny pack, fanny pack. I'm like, oh my god! And like these fans are about to turn into these main roster WWE / sports entertainment fans that I fucking hate. You know, chanting stupid shit. But let me calm down. So then also, you know, they having exchange of promos with one another, and then also they start fighting. EC3 got the better fight of it, and basically when WWE does this type of thing, it means you know whoever gets a better fight of the go home show, they're losing. And let's be honest with you folks, EC3 has been getting the better of the Velveteen Dream anyways. So this worries me that the Velveteen Dream is gonna win against EC3, which is gonna piss me off because think about it too. Well, I'll talk more about it when I do the preview, but that was what happened on this show. And they also show something about Undisputed Era, cutting a promo. Basically, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong talking about, you know, Mustache Mountain when it comes to the NXT Tag Team Championships. That's going to be defended at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And then got Adam Cole cutting a promo to Ricochet when it comes to Adam Cole defending his North American Championship title against Ricochet at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. So yeah, it was a good promo. Good promo for Undisputed Era, which always is. Because, you know, Undisputed Era knows how to shock the system. Just saying. I love Undisputed Era, by the way. And yeah, it's because I mean I'm not too crazy with the name. I mean they could come up with a better name. But I like Undisputed Era because who's in it? Adam Cole, baby. Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Even though they're not called Red Dragon, which thank God, because if they would have been called Red Dragon, the WWE's has owned their names, which I don't want them to own that name. And then you got Roderick Strong, who is the Messiah of backbreakers. And yeah, there you go. That's my reason of liking the group. Yeah, because of that. And plus, you know, they've been on a roll since, you know, for a year now. Even though Roderick Strong wasn't part of that faction yet, but they've been turning up for a year now, Undisputed Era. But anyways, and then we get to another video package. I think it was about what? I think Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. If that was the video package they did, then I skipped it too. Because again, what's the point of me watching this anyways if they're going to show this again at the pay-per-view? I mean, it's not the pay-per-view, you know, special event. It's not basically a takeover shows. It's not look at as a pay-per-view, but it feels like it's a pay-per-view too, though. But it's not. But then they're not referring to it as a pay-per-view. All right, so now with that all out of the way, let's get to the matches. So we get the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montel Ford versus The Mighty, which is Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. Match itself, pretty decent, pretty good, to say the least. You know, actually not decent. It was good. It was a good tag team match. I was hooked on this tag team match and this feud between these two teams basically. You know, Street Profits and The Mighty. In the end, so basically you have Nick Miller trying to roll up what was it, Nick Miller, or was it? I don't remember who it was. Oh no, it was Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne tried to no, actually, I think about it. I think it was Nick Miller. I can't remember out of the two. But anyways, so basically one of the mighty. Sorry, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Nick Miller, but I could be wrong. But anyways, one of them was pulling the tights of Martel Ford, but then Martel Ford counters, and he starts pulling, Rosemont, and he pulls the tights. So basically, Street Profits wins the match because the Mighty was trying to cheat to win, and then Street Profits was like, and basically the Street Profits was like, hell no, we could play that game too, and that's exactly what happened. And they went to the crowd, start celebrating, dancing, with these fans, and there you go. And I guess the feud continues on with Street Profits and the Mighty. So, which is good. I'm actually enjoying this feud right now. I mean, it's just started, but I'm actually enjoying this. So, and we'll see what it leads to. Next, we get to. Oh yeah, before we get to this match, we see backstage Aaliyah. She's being confronted by Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler is giving her some tips to wrestle against Kairi Sane and everything, right? And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Of all women that WWE, when it comes to NXT, of all women, they wanted to show a mean streak to Kairi Sane. Is Aaliyah, based on how she's been booked on the show, for years on NXT? What? And plus, I don't see it in her either. I don't see it. The fact that they try to give her that type of a booking where she's going to show some mean streak, to me, is a fucking joke. So we get to this match. And then also Shayna Baszler, before the match started, basically, NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler shows up. She wants to sit by at the commentating booth. And I love this part, by the way. Nigel McGuinness is standing up. Mauro Ronaldo then stands up, and then also Percy Watson, he did not stand up. And then Nigel McGuinness like, Percy, stand up. He's like, oh, how dare you? That was funny. So he finally stand up. And then Shayna Baszler was ragging on Percy Watson for not stand up, and he's saying that that was disrespectful and everything and all that. I'm the champion, and you don't stand up for me and everything. And then basically gives credit to Nigel McGuinness for calling him out for that. That was hilarious. Percy Watson was getting buried during this match between Kairi Sane and Aaliyah because he was being disrespectful for not standing up for the NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler. So that was funny. But the match itself, Kairi Sane was good as always. Aaliyah, again, to try to showcase that she could show some mean streak. She was doing that. And guess what? Didn't care. Flop. It was so underwhelming. It didn't work. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Now here's the thing when it comes to Aaliyah. She's as a wrestler. She doesn't showcase that much, but she's decent. The problem is what is there to get behind her? They try everything with this girl, and they can't figure out how to get her over. And on top of that, every time she comes out, the crowds they don't react to her. So clearly, NXT is doing something wrong with Aaliyah. That she can't even get the crowds to cheer for her or to even give her a reaction. So Kairi Sane gets to shows her mean streak because Kairi Sane always has a mean streak. Aaliyah, zero mean streak. Now I'm not saying that she's trash, but for the years that she's been on NXT, and she still can't get over with these crowds, that should tell you right there that you should just give up on her, or at least give her some personality. Today's well, actually, it's been going on for I guess you could say for 2 decades now, or 3 if you want to say 3. All fans care about right now is personalities for these wrestlers. And Aaliyah, no personality, none, zero. And Pentagon Jr. was on the show. He would say to Aaliyah, "You have zero," and then he won't even say mid-row. because I'm basically I'm trying to make a point here that she's got zero personality, and zero fucks to even give a fuck about her. So basically, what happened in this match? So Aaliyah is getting her ass kicked in the end of the match because again they're trying to showcase she could show some mean streak, and like I said, she failed. So and on top of that, it wasn't believable either. Vanessa Bourne has more of a mean streak than Aaliyah, and Vanessa Bourne barely wins her matches, just like Aaliyah. But Kairi Sane, she goes for her insane elbows, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And during the first one, Aaliyah was trying to get back up, and then she got caught with it, which is good. Aaliyah was trying to move away from it, but then when Kairi Sane went for the second one, she's doing it again, trying to get back up, and okay, maybe and then Kairi Sane was going for a third one. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe the third one she'll stay down, maybe she'll try to get up just a little bit. Nope, she's doing the same thing, doing this. Like, what are you doing? You see, and this is what I'm talking about with her. Like, and that's nothing too. When it comes to her psychology, it sucks. And do I have to go back to the part where can't remember if I talked about this before on here, but do I have to go back to the part where Aaliyah got hit with by Bianca Belair's hair whip, and then she barely sold it. She barely showed any psychology of getting hit with a whip. Talk about bad selling there. Poor garbage selling. And then this tops it. Like you're getting up again. You're trying to get up, like. But then Kairi Sane goes for the cover, and she didn't go for the cover for the 3 because she picks her up. Like, what the hell? Okay, this is I've never seen her before. And basically, she was doing all this to get Shayna Baszler's attention, which she did. And Shayna Baszler at one point stand on the broadcast table. And then Aaliyah goes for her. I mean, not Aaliyah. Kairi Sane goes for her anchor submission move. And as she's looking at Shayna Baszler upside down and everything, and Aaliyah finally taps out. And there you go. That was the match. And now for the main event. Here we go. Main event time, which it will feature one moment. Oh, there we go. It will feature one half of Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, being accompanied by Trent Seven, versus Roderick Strong, being accompanied by Alex Riley, representing Undisputed Era. So, the match itself, of course it was fucking great. Are you fucking kidding me? It's Tyler Bate and Roderick Strong. These guys wrestled before. So, of course it was going to be a great match. And it was. And then on top of that, you got Trent Seven and Kyle Riley outside where they got involved a little bit. And then they got taken out at one point. Like I said, great match. Back and forth between Tyler Bate and Roderick Strong. Kyle Riley getting involved a little bit, and then when Kyle Riley got involved again, Trent Seven took him down, took out Kyle Riley, and then at the same time, Roderick Strong takes him out, Trent Seven, and then the match continues between Tyler Bate and Roderick Strong, and then Tyler Bate hits his Tyler Driver 97 for the pin, and gets the win. So yeah, so Tyler Bate wins, which means during the when it comes to this go home show, if the babyface goes basically whoever goes over in the go home show, they're probably losing. So yeah, Mustache Mountain, I think they're gonna lose. But I'll get to more. I'll get to more. I want to do the preview of it. But yeah, there you go. Tyler Bate stands tall with Trent Seven as Undisputed Era. Kyle Riley and Roderick Strong leaves, and that's the show. That's how the show ends. And that was the go home show. Tournament wrestling for WWE NXT from August 15, 2018. 3 matches. because he has a couple of things that that also you had to sell for the go home show as well. And then Ultimate House of Black too, which yeah. So my overall scoring for the show, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. And as far as the go home show, to me, I thought this was not that good of a go home show. When it comes to some of the fact, why you should watch TakeOver Brooklyn 4. But here's the thing, they did a good job. They did their jobs when it comes to Ciampa versus Gargano again. So yeah, that right there, I'm already sold. But as far as the other matches, well, Shane Baszler and Kairi Sane, that was solid, a solid build up for it, and especially for after this one. Undisputed Era, and with Mustache Mountain, and then Ricochet, and Alan Cole, baby. Oh, speaking of Ricochet, I like I said before, I couldn't remember who else was on it, but now I remember the other one, Ricochet, who's also in that who could have been one of the suspect who could attack Aleister Black, even though in that show, Ricochet was involved of being attacked by Undisputed Era, but whatever. See, that's what I'm talking about, folks. That was but whatever, whatever. But yeah, to me, it wasn't a strong go home show. Basically, the show was good though, but the go home, to me, it didn't feel like a strong go home show, because it didn't feel like we're getting up to TakeOver. It basically didn't feel like we're getting close to TakeOver, because of that. But yeah, as far as that, like I said, 7 out of 10. Good show, obviously, 7 out of 10. In fact, no, I'll go 8. 8 out of 10. Very good, a very good show, very incredible show. And I think TakeOver Brooklyn 4 is gonna be better. Obviously, it is, because it's a TakeOver event, of course. And speaking of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, I cannot wait for that show, folks. Like, literally, I seriously, really, can't wait for that show. WWE NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Yeah, probably don't know what I mean by that, but I kept saying really can't wait for that show. You'll find out pretty soon. But for now, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., the Natural Born Driller. Please subscribe. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this review, give it a thumbs down. The choice is yours, and yours alone. Come in later on. Now, I said I was gonna do it. After I did the 205 live review, but I just realized I gotta get this done first, and I got the opportunity to do that. But as far as the previews for what comes to TakeOver Brooklyn 4 and what comes to SummerSlam 2018, what comes to those two events during the SummerSlam weekend, I'll get all those done too. Later on, hopefully later on today after work. And there you go. So that being said, thank you all for watching. You'll take care. You have a good night, and peace on the streets. And for now, I'm out. And by the way, once again, I really can't wait for WWE NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4.